What's going on, everybody? Um, First of all, just wanted to say congratulations to you for starting within your Jeunesse business. Myself and, all of your leaders are excited to help you launching, with your business. And so, today for the next 10, 15 minutes here, I'm going to go over some of the basics to when you're first starting in the business to, really that first week. As this first week really sets the tone for your business and leading into your first month of success. So, going right into it, I'm going to talk about the game plan. The game plan is a very, very valuable tool that we have here. Okay. And so basically, the thing is you want to utilize that, as you're launching with your business, you learn everything you need to know to have success, from making the list to having your first event to making three-way calls. But I'm going to get right into this. So, first 48 hours, this is what you want to do. This is what you want your newest person to be doing. You want to make your list of your 10 best and your 10 easiest. 10 easiest are the people that would show up to an event just because they like you, they trust you, they respect you. The 10, that they would show up just because you called them and told them to be there. Um, the 10 best are going to be the people that you call, and the 10 best are going to be the people that are already financially successful. They're going to be the people that have been doing well already, maybe have a lot of influence, are very outgoing, have a big network of people. So just keep in mind that, 10 best, 10 easiest, 10 best are typically the people that you think are going to, come in and do very, very well in the business. 10 easiest are, not saying they won't do well, but they're just the ones that you can get there very easy. Um, and so once you have the 10 best and 10 easiest list down, it's important to start contacting them right away. Because this is what happens without action within the first couple days of somebody being started, they start to get cold feet, they start to move slower. So it's important that you get taking action right away so it creates excitement. If you get a couple people started in your first 7 days, you got a check coming from your first week in the business. That's huge. It shows the opportunity. It shows the ability to earn a check here, and that shows its credibility for your friends. So target, get two people on board in your first 48 hours, one left, one right, that order at least a $200 basic pack. It's going to hit executive in the business. Okay. Um, and, from there, you want to keep adding to that list. Obviously, I'm going to go over inviting here in a moment. Um, and in your first week, first 7 days, what to do in your first 7 days in the business. Um, this is very important. Host your first small event. Okay. And a lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm not going to have a lot of people. It doesn't matter. Your first event, my first event in network marketing had 3 guests, myself, my 3 guests, and one presenter. You don't need a million people to have your first event. The biggest and the most important part is that you have it. You have that small event. So in your first 7 days, say day 4, you have an event scheduled for 7 o'clock. Get 2 to 3 friends to show up, to be there. And if you don't have upline in your surrounding area that could be there to be at that event, have them get on Google Hangouts, have them get on Uvu, have them get on a FaceTime call. Whatever you got to do, but have your first event. This the home events, small home events are the bread and butter of this business. That's the key to building a massive organization. The 5 M's. The 5 M's, here it is. More meetings means more money. That's it. The more meetings you're doing, the more small meetings you're doing, the more income that's going to go into your pocket. So it's very important, doing these small events. And they're not long, drawn out things. They're quick, in and out and within an hour. Okay. All right. So also in your first week, be exploring your J mobile app, going through the J back office, going through those and familiarizing yourself with them, just really taking in the information, learning about the products, learning about the business, but don't let that studying and educating paralyze you from taking action on what gets you paid. Only focus on money-making activities if you don't have a lot of time to build. So it's super, super important that you're not taking up and making and having busy work. There's a difference between activity and productivity. Productivity produces money. Activity produces nothing. So you want to be productive in your business building time. A lot of people are doing this part-time, so we have to do productive money-making activities. And what are money-making activities? Listening into a training so you actually know how to, do the business is a money-making activity because it's leading you the right direction. Okay. Inviting people to an event or onto a call is a money-making activity. Having an event or someone on a call, money-making activity. Following up to close, money-making activity. Enrolling and launching somebody, getting them connected, money-making activity. Those are the activities that are going to get you paid in your Jeunesse business. So if you focus on doing those as much as possible, you're going to have a lot of success in your Jeunesse business. So, um, moving on from first 7 days, going into inviting the proper way. I'm going to go over a couple different ways of how to invite, and then I'm going to go over closing. Okay, if you can master these skills, if you master the skills, everything else gets so much easier. It takes practice. The way to practice is by doing it. Okay, role play with somebody. Role play with somebody on your team. Call up your upline. Say, hey, I don't feel confident in my invite yet. Can I invite you and practice and you help give me feedback? That's how you get good. Why do you think that for every sport, when people play sports, there's something called practice? You practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, you practice, then you have a game. Your practice is that role playing. The game is when you make the calls, when you have the event, when you're closing. That's the game. So you practice so you could perform during the game. So I'm going to give you guys, um, one of the ways of inviting, I would say for your 10 easiest people. Um, so basically say between, let's say there's a home event Sunday night at 7 o'clock, and I'm inviting for off the 10 easiest list, right? And I'm calling up, say I'm calling my friend Michael, and I'm inviting him, and he's on my 10 easiest. He's a good friend. I know he has a lot of influence. I know he's very, motivated. So this is how I'm going to call him. So I call him up on the phone. I'm in a hurry. So I say, hey, Michael, what's going on, man? How are you? He says, hey, man, what's up? What's going on? Next thing I say is I'm going to clear the calendar. Hey, real quick, what are you doing tomorrow at 7 o'clock? He says he's free. So, okay, cool, man. Well, hey, here's the deal. I'm in kind of a hurry right now. I'm actually walking into the gym, but I'm starting up a business tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm having a couple buddies over to, I really want to show you what I'm doing. I need you to be at my house tomorrow night at 7 because I want to show you what I'm doing. And if they ask, which they do sometimes, well, what is it? What's the business? That's the thing. I want you to be there at 7 tomorrow. I just want your opinion. Working with, health and wellness skincare line. I really want your opinion on, what you think about this. And he says, okay, yeah, I might be able to be there. It's like, no, you need to be there tomorrow at 7. I'll pick you up at 6:30 and I'll take you to my house. There you go. Okay, man, sounds good. Like the bones, I'll go through the bones of that invite for the 10 easiest. Call them being in a hurry, being excited about it, right? Clearing the calendar. What are you doing at 7? Clearing his schedule. Because if you would have said, oh, hey, I'm busy at 7, I don't want to keep inviting. What I'll basically tell him is like, oh, never mind, man. I just wanted to, meet up. Be done. That's it. So, but if they are free, ask for their opinion or ask for their support. Hey, so and so, I'm starting up a business. I really want your support. I need you to be at my house. I want you to see what I'm doing just for your support. okay? And then confirm, they're going to be there. Like, yes, you're 100% going to be there. Okay, great. So that's for like the 10 easiest people, right? For those are the people that like you a lot, trust you, value you, you know that you have influence over them. That's the way that you want to invite those type of people. And then the people on the 10 best, right? That's something that, you have to, really go about a little bit differently. And again, the invite is something that's supposed to be natural. I'm going to give a couple tips on things not to do regardless of who you're talking to. Don't verbally vomit. Never, ever, 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 ever try and explain this business to anybody over the phone by yourself when you're brand new. It's a no-go. Always get them to an event or on a three-way call with somebody in your upline. Okay, that's very, very, very important. You do not want to try and do it by yourself. And reason being is you'll see the results that come from trying to do it by yourself, which are zero. Results don't come if you try and do this by yourself. So, inviting, say like 10 best. Say that I was calling Michael, and I was telling him about maybe a buddy that I was teaming up and working with. Um, I'm just going to use Andrew Bear as, the buddy I'm teaming up with. So I'm calling up Michael again. So I call Michael, I say, "Hey Michael, what's going on, man?" He says, "Nothing. What's up?" "Well, hey, what are you doing tomorrow at 7?" He says, "Nothing. Why? What's going on?" And I say, "Hey, here's the deal. I'm starting up a business. I'm teaming up with a guy named Andrew Bear. Okay, I've known him for a few years now. He's made multiple six figures in business. He just launched a new company. I need you to be there to check this out. I'm going to check it out tomorrow. I'm going to pick you up at 6:30 and we're going to meet up with him at 7." Okay? He says, "Oh, what's the business?" I'm not going to explain it over the phone. I don't know everything yet, but I know that you need to be there based on the type of person you are. I know you're super intelligent. I know you're business minded. I know you're motivated. I need you to be there. Okay, sure, that's fine. Okay, I'll pick you up at 6:30. Gotta go. So it's important. You want to be vague. You don't want to trick them into being there by any means, though. So within the invite, you got to really figure out what's going to work best for you. The most important part is that you be natural. You talk the way that you talk to your friends and family, whoever you're inviting. That's the biggest part, is not being weird about the way you're talking to your friends. They'll call out, the BS and not show up if you're weird about it. So you have to make it as natural as possible and make the invite. So also understanding not everybody's going to show up. Your first event, if you want 3 people to show up, get 5 or 6 to confirm yes, they'll be there. Because what'll happen is sometimes what happens is people join the witness protection program after you've made the invite for them to come to your event. They disappear off the face of the earth. And that's okay. It's not going to be for everybody. That's why we make a big list. That's why we make a big list of people, because you're going to be sorting and inviting. You'll invite, get, say 4 to confirm, 2 will show up. Out of the 2, maybe 1 gets started, the other one maybe thinks about it, then gets started later on. So that's the thing. So you invite them, you get them to the event. Um, contact your upline or reference the game plan of how to host your own small events. And, because I'm not going to get into that, but last thing that I'm going to talk about is closing. Okay. Closing is huge because it's like, what's the point of getting them to show up if you don't get them started? So this is how I close with somebody. Couple tips on closing, first of all. Number one, always remember, it is always about the other person. It's always about the newest person. It's not about you at all. So it's all about your new friend or whoever that you have there checking everything out. It's all about them. So make it all about them. After the event closes up, you want to ask them positive leading questions. So what I'll pretty much ask is, what did you like best? I sit down with, a new person, say I have somebody on my team that just had a new friend show up. I'll ask, "Hey man, what did you like best about everything?" Not what did you think. Take what did you think out of your vocabulary. What did you like best? They tell me, "Oh, I like I like that I could, make some extra money here and, be able to help out my family or be able to pay for more my school or whatever their reason is. Make it about that reason. I see that I could help, pay for my school. Yeah, man, definitely, I agree. This opportunity has allowed a lot of people to be able to get themselves out of different financial situations, and school being a really big one. This is something that you could do, and especially while going to school on a part-time basis, to be able to make income to help pay for it. So I made it about them on their response to that. And understand if somebody's not getting started the first time you get them to an event or on a call, it takes 4 to 6 exposures on average to get somebody started. So I'll go through the exposure kinda like list, right? So say that, you're having a conversation with somebody, you invite them onto a three-way call. You get them on a three-way call with your upline talks about the concepts, explains everything, answers their questions. They're still not ready to get started, right? They're like, "I wanna try product." So the call is the first exposure. Then you meet with them the day next. You give them product to try, second exposure. Then you're like, "Oh, by the way, there's a home event tomorrow." Third exposure, they get to the home event. Afterwards, you're able to, sometimes close them on that third one, but average is 4 to 6. So it's just always schedule the follow-up, always with them, which in the acronym FAMBAM, from a meeting, book a meeting, from a meeting, book a meeting, from a meeting, book a meeting. So whenever you have somebody scheduled, it makes it a lot easier in the follow-up process. So you don't end up in chase mode. So I'm talking to new guy over here, asking questions. What was your favorite part? What did you like best? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not ready to get started, 10 being ready to get started right now. Where are you? Any number it doesn't matter. Be like, what do I need to do to get you to a 10? And they say, "Oh, well, I just need to see more of this." Get them what they need and then get them started. If they're not ready to get started, shut up. Stop talking to them. Set up the next appointment. So if they're clearly not ready to get started and they want to, do whatever over the next couple days, set that next appointment. So it's, Saturday right now that we're doing this call. So, my new guy is like, "Oh, I need some time." Okay, whatever. Sunday, what's your schedule like Sunday? "Oh, well, I'm free after 6." Okay, well, 6:30, I'm gonna call you. And, after, you've seen a little bit more information, I'm gonna call you and then get any more of your questions answered. Okay, great. Because it prevents the chase of messaging your new person that you added an event. You say, "Hey, are you ready to get started? Hey, you ready to get started? Hey, are you ready to get started?" Every single day, and you annoy them and you eventually turn them off and they don't want to get started. So those are, big things on closing. Um, it's just asking what do they like best? What was your favorite part? Scale of 1 to 10. 1 being not for you, 10 being ready to get started. Any number in there, you ask, "Well, what more information do you need to get you to a 10 and launching today?" Whatever they tell you, lead off of that. Always be positive. Always, make it about them. Okay. So recapping everything I kind of talked about on the call, start to finish, first 48 hours, list of 10 best, 10 easiest, and contacting those people in your first 48 hours to hit executive, one on your right, one on your left, that orders at least a $200 package. Okay, and continuing to add to your list as you go. First week, schedule your first small home event so that you can invite 2 to 3 friends to show up to. Okay, and then inviting, make sure you're inviting the right way. If you don't feel confident in your invite, practice. Get on the phone with somebody in your upline. Make some role-playing invites. Role play the closing process. Role play inviting. Role play whatever skill you need to get good at so you can get paid. We want you to get paid. And how are you going to get paid if you suck at inviting? You need to practice. If people aren't showing up, it's very clear that you're not doing something right during the invite. Not everybody will show up. but you should be getting at least like 50 to 60% of the people that you get to set an appointment to show up. Okay. Closing, 4 to 6 exposures, ask positive leading questions, make it about them, and fam bam, from a meeting, book a meeting, from a meeting, book a meeting. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Um, Biggest thing, guys, is take action. You don't want to sit in paralysis mode. You know, people tend to do this. They just are like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. The best thing to do is take action so we can get you paid and promoted. Paid and promoted. That's the deal. So, you know, with that, I'm excited for everybody that was on here that took time out of their morning, or, you know, for some of you guys, afternoon, to learn more. You know, excited, you know, for these tools and this great resource of the game plan here. You know, for any of you guys that are new, this is your roadmap to success. This is what's going to take you to that next level in your business. So you really utilize this game plan, guys, as soon as you get that in your pack. So, you know, with that, biggest thing, guys, is take action. Talk to all of you soon. I'm going to post this link up in the Facebook group so people have it. But with that, you know, have a good day, guys. Talk to all of you soon.